Hey everyone, it's Game Fruit Pulp, and welcome back to another Minecraft Building Toronto episode. For those of you who have been with the channel for a while, you already know what this video will be about. My annual year in review of our work on the project, this time over 2023. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, the Minecraft Building Toronto project is an ambitious project that aims to recreate the city of Toronto, Canada on a one-to-one scale, including the interior of all the buildings. In this video, we will look back at what we finished on the map and what we plan to do going forward in 2024. Because this video is coming out at the start of February, later in the year than I usually do it, and because our builders have started the year building at an amazing pace, we are also going to end this year's version of the video by taking a quick look at what has been built so far in 2024. If you are new to the channel and you enjoy the video, be sure to check out some of the other videos where I showcase specific buildings on the project in more detail, and also to hit that subscribe button to catch future content out on the channel. Now that we are out of the way with the intro, let's get right into it. As we always do with these videos, our first step will be to review the Dyn map from the end of the 2022 year and compare that to the Dyn map we see at the end of 2023. Looking at the 2022 Dyn map, we see a lot of open space at the west end of our building perimeter waiting to be filled up, as well as a big open block at the center northern part of our building perimeter. We made great progress in 2023 to at least start every incomplete block within our building perimeter, and we completed 5 of the outstanding blocks within that area. We're going to start off the video by looking at these completed blocks. Starting out in the northwest corner of our building perimeter, we have a block that was started in 2022 with only one building's exterior completed on the block. Star and I teamed up to finish this block together. We worked on the interior of that already started building, and Star completed all the other buildings on the block, while I worked on the open air event space Rendezvous. This was a fun block for me to work on because it forced me to be creative with my block palette to match some of the different colors used on the ground in this area. On the other hand, Star found this block to be somewhat frustrating because most of the buildings on this block are vacant because it proposed developments in the future. This was one of the themes for this year's progress, and the theme for this neighborhood in general is coming change. A majority of this year's builds in the west end of the map are slated for demolition, and as a result, many of the interiors were empty. This forced our builders to be creative in trying to figure out how to do the interiors on these buildings. However, when we moved south to the next block that we completed in 2023, we found a much more exciting area. This block was the home of our first community building event, where you guys as the viewers could come on and build your own floors of this residential condo building. We had many viewers come on and participate, and as a reward for those who did, the visitors were rewarded with permanent edit access to their condo floor, which allows them to keep editing in the future visits on the Toronto project. Other than the exterior of this community building, this block was also completely vacant at the start of 2022. This is no longer the case, with the entirety of the block being completed by Star and a new builder on the project, Mike. Mike joined our team in 2023, and as you will see throughout the video, he has completed a ton of work for us on the project. The next completed block has us moving east just across the road. This block had a large transformation in 2023, going from a hole-in-the-ground construction site to one of our most noticeable high-rises in the city. This residential condo was completed by longtime builder Von Frank and was actually completed on our map before it was completed in real-world Toronto. The remainder of the block was done mostly by me. I completed the fill building on the southwest corner as well as the small construction area. Star and I together completed the parking garage and the interior of the building that was already built on the east side of the block. For our last 2 blocks, we have to move to the central area of our building perimeter. The first block was started on our project a long time ago by a YouTuber who has blown up as one of the top Minecraft architecture creators on the platform. That, of course, is Alpine. Alpine joined us to build a residential condo years ago, and since then the rest of the block has been left largely unfinished. This all changed in 2023 with the addition of our previously mentioned new builder Mike. Mike's test builds as a new builder on this project saw the north end buildings on this block completed in amazing detail and ultimately led to our quick decision to add him to our building team full time. The buildings on the south end of the block were completed by me, and I'm quite happy with how they turned out. Although they aren't the most noteworthy buildings on our map, I was sure to add some small details to them, so be sure to check them out on the server for yourself if you haven't already. The final block that we completed in 2023 is found just east of the previous block, and was mostly completed in 2022, with the exception of the Cloud Gardens Park and the interior of the new Bay Adelaide Centre North building. The interior of this building was finished by Mike, while Star and I teamed up to complete the park area in the middle of the block. This block had a first for the project for 2023, and that was the reconstruction of an already completed roadway because of real-life road changes. This saw us do a complete realignment of Temperance Street to make it fit with an updated roadway in the real-world version of Toronto. Our final big project for 2023 was the sweat and labor of Von Frank, a task he spent much of the past year working on. That, of course, is the work on Toronto's Union Station. This large complex is one of the crown jewels of the city and is proving to be as difficult a task for us as it was for the real-world construction workers who spent nearly a decade revitalizing the station. 2023 saw Vaughn complete the entire rough interior of Union Station, including all 3 concourses and the stairways up to the train platforms above. One of our main tasks in 2024 will be to finish all the interior store details within the station to really bring it to life. There were a few other builds that we started out on our unfinished blocks within the building perimeter, but we're going to leave those until the entire blocks are finished and ready to be showcased. Looking back on 2023, I'm quite happy with the progress that we made. Our team shrank in size with a few previous builders leaving the team, but the addition of Mike to the team really helped us keep making great progress on the server. Looking forward to 2024, our plan remains much the same as it did for 2023, but the end of our current building perimeter is very much in sight this time around. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this progress review is coming later than usual in the year. As a result, I can already see how 2024 has started on the project. Now, without going into too much detail about what has been completed so far, I'm excited to share that we've already completed 7 buildings in the first month of the year. With 2024, we have 4 city blocks remaining to be built within the building perimeter, with an additional block requiring a building interior only, and finally, the requirement for us to complete Union Station. Overall, 2024 is shaping up to be a year with big progress on the project, and I'm so excited to be able to share that with you guys as we progress. Looking to the future, when we complete the current building perimeter, our plan is to extend the perimeter southbound to the Gardner Expressway. This expansion won't add too many buildings to our list, but the buildings that will be added are extremely noteworthy within our city. The CN Tower, Aquarium, Scotiabank Arena, CIBC Square, and Roundhouse will all fall within this expanded building perimeter and will mark a huge step forward for the project. Given the size and scope of these noteworthy buildings, I do not expect to complete this area in 2024, but our plan is to make good progress into it after finishing up the remaining buildings in our current area. In addition to this, we have started doing some underground work with the path system in our city, and we remain undecided about how we want to proceed forward with that aspect of the city. So if you have any feedback about whether you would like to see it or don't really care about it too much, be sure to let us know in the comments. As always, I'm so grateful for the ongoing support on the project. I'm sure that if the support wasn't there, we probably would have given up on this by now. Our project team is always looking for new builders, so if you're interested in applying to join, be sure to check the description for a link to a video with information on what being a builder is all about, as well as an application to try and join. If you're new to the channel and you want to check out more about the builds I showcased today, be sure to check out the playlist that has all the videos I have done on the project since I started it back in 2017. If you aren't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button to catch future content on the channel, and if you're a returning viewer and you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and share the channel with your friends so that we can continue to grow our community. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. My name is GameFruit Pulp, and this has been a Minecraft Building Toronto video. Have a good one.